What you see right here behind me is something I think a lot of us wish we could have around our house, a nice, decorative, but good security fence. But the average person doesn't have the ability to have this type of a fence around the front of their house. But just because you don't have that doesn't mean that you can't take steps to make it as secure as you can. Something as simple as a security camera, a Ring doorbell, something along those lines, or even something as simple as a sign in your yard that says protected by XYZ alarm company. Whether you have an alarm or not, they don't know. So you're hoping they don't call your bluff, but if you put a sign, it's that simple. It's cheap, it's easy, and even I could do it. We're in front of what I would say is probably a pretty typical home for this part of Texas. It's in a standard neighborhood. What you see behind me is your standard garage door. Some people have garage door openers, some do not. If you have a garage door opener, you do have the ability to lock it so that it can't be put up electronically. That's an option that you have. But as it sits right now, as long as that carriage is locked and it can't be manually lifted, then your garage door is going to be almost like a built-in anti-intrusion device so that people can't just pull your garage door up. I know when the weather gets hot, we tend to want to leave our garage doors cracked a little bit to let the garage breathe. I get why you would want to do it, but if it's at all possible, if you're going to leave your garage door cracked, don't leave it cracked more than just a few inches just to get a little bit of airflow. You leave it up a whole lot more, probably more than 6 inches. If you have a really skinny thief, he can slide under the garage door. And I know most of us don't even think about locking the interior door that goes from the garage into the house. You leave that garage door up, you're giving them an avenue to get into your house. It'll take a little bit of effort, but a determined thief will be willing to put out that effort. We can move around to the front of the house and I'll show you a video doorbell and just give you an example of what they look like. They're very easy to install. Most of them are wireless. They hook up to your Wi-Fi system. If you have a Wi-Fi system in your house, they give you the ability to, depending upon the settings you use with it, you can put an app on your phone and it gives you the ability to see who's on your front porch when the doorbell is ringing. And you might be at home, you might be at Walmart or out shopping. You can at least see who's been on your porch. It also lets you know when packages are delivered. There are some companies like Amazon that do offer an option that you can have in-garage delivery, but that takes a whole nother setup with them. But it is something that you can think about. It just depends upon how you want to do it. It all comes down to personal preference and how secure you want the stuff that you've ordered to be. So what we'll do is we'll take a walk around to the front door. We'll take a look at that video doorbell. All right, we're here on the front porch, and what you see here is a Ring doorbell. I'm not a Ring endorsed solicitor. When you push the button, it makes a dinging sound, which is heard both inside and outside, and it'll activate the app on your phone, and it'll let you know that somebody is at your door. And when you open the app, you can go to the video, you can see the person on the porch, and you can speak with them. That gives you that added step of not opening your door to somebody that you don't know. No, not everybody has a peephole in their front door, so if you don't have that, this is a good second for it. And then you can avoid having to drill a hole in your door, and you'll still be able to see who's on your front porch. The other good thing about the Ring doorbells or the video doorbells is you can set the sensitivity to where they will activate when somebody approaches your door. You get to choose how far out and to what angle. The downfall is if you set it too wide, it'll go off when cars pass on your street to the front of your house. But this would be one of the first things that I would recommend as an addition to what comes standard with the house. Obviously, you're going to have locks on the doors. Those are important. If you have a deadbolt, I would recommend that you use it on a very regular basis. A lot of people think that locking the knob lock, the lock that's on your doorknob, they think that that will keep people from getting into the house. But if you watch a lot of TV, you see people kicking doors and the doors come open. I'm not saying that they come open as easy as they do on TV, but if you just lock the knob, it gives them less resistance to kicking the door open. With a deadbolt, you set that deadbolt, it's set into the facing of the door. probably an inch to an inch and a quarter, and it just means that they're going to have to kick all the harder to get into your house. If you're not home, hopefully your neighbors will hear the ruckus on your front porch. If you are home, that'll definitely be a clue that you have a problem at your front door, and that'd be something that you'd have to deal with then. The first step that I'd say in dealing with it would be to call 911 and move on from there. Take whatever steps that you choose to try to secure your house and defend your family. All of those are all personal options. Again, a deadbolt is a very good, it's a standard thing, it's easy to use. The biggest factor in whether they get used or not is the homeowner themselves, whether they choose to use it. So it's your option. If you're concerned about the safety of your family, it's simple, it's easy, and it's quick.